What's up, my guys? What's up, my guys? Welcome back to another toku topic discussion, right? So we gotta put up this one, right? Yeah. Yep, there you go. Khaiza toku. So we are back to another well, not we are back, right? What was it? We just recently finished up a review for Kamen Rider Gotchard, right? It was a fantastic show, right? Recommend you all to watch the review and also watch the series if you are a fan of the Reiwa tokusatsu material that they've been pumping out, right? We got some like good contenders in the Reiwa series of toku material, right? We got Dawn Brothers. Oh, Bikone? Wow! Woo! What's up, James? We got a lot of good contenders in the Reiwa era of Kamen Rider and Super Sentai. We got Dawn Brothers, we got Geats, we got Revice, now we got, what was it? Oh, King Oger, right? King Oger, just recently hit its 2-year Naruto, like, arc in the show. And, yeah, characters got, like, you know, subtle, like, redesigns. Of course, they're not gonna be, you know, aged up, right? But, still, it's a pretty spectacular era for Kamen Rider and Super Sentai. We also got more announcements from Toku Material, right? The 20th. Yeah, it's really wild of an era we're living in, right? Especially for Tokusatsu, right? Because speaking of which, what was it? Oh yeah, Abarencha or Dino Thunder in Japan is going to get its 20th anniversary, and it already got published if I'm like correct. Looks cool, but I want to see it like in sub, so I'm just waiting for like the sub version of that V Cinema. Then there's going to be announcements of Megazord stuff coming for King Oger, like what was it, Kyoryuger, the main character, Daigo, the Kingu is going to be a guest appearance in that show, so can't wait, right? And there's going to be a lot more stuff coming in the near future, right? Heard rumors that there's going to be like a Deca Ranger 20th anniversary special, so holy shit, man. It's a good time to be a Toku fan. Show materials are getting like good. There's some like nostalgia bits here and there. It's fun. But anyway, we're also going to be talking about the newest Kamen Rider season that's got everybody in the Toku realm like a buzz and super like jazzed up. Is Kamen Rider Gotchard, right? Kamen Rider Gotchard, we talked about this on the channel, right? This is the 5th Reiwa KR to come in Japan, right? We talked about the story elements of Kamen Rider Gotchard premiering. A high school student becoming a Kamen Rider with the powers of an alchemist. And all these different like gacha like chemi cards, right? This is going to be the gacha Kamen Rider of the show, right? So there is going to be legit packs of this Kamen Rider in like shelves in Japan that you can like buy, and you can get like normals, commons, ghost rares, ultra rares of certain cards that come for Gotchard. So it's really fun. So it's really sick that damn, Kamen Rider Gotchard is not playing around with like the gacha element, right? They want you to, you know, they already got Toku people by the balls with like deluxe merchandise, right? So we're gonna squeeze them out a little bit more with just this gambling element, right? Come on, kids, ask your parents to go to the toy store and get like an ultra rare copy of the Hopper 1 Kemi, you know, Kemi card. But that's like the story premise. We talked about like the cast a little bit, and we just got the first episode of Kamen Rider Gotchard just, what was it? Today's Monday, right? Oh yeah, yesterday. And we were greeted before the episode premiered. We actually what was it? Right here? We actually got that's better. We actually got a little short snippet of the TV size opening of Kamen Rider Gotchard, right? It sounds so sick, right? Sounds very like 2004 Kids like. Oh, is my battery dying? Oh, it is, yeah. There you go. We can't like listen to that. I've been listening to this like song for like 2 days since like it premiered, right? Like this is art. Like this is the song for this Kamen Rider. I mean, I don't care. I'll be uploading this video on my YouTube. I don't care if I get like copyright, but like it sounds so awesome. Like it feels like you woke up on a Saturday morning and watching Yu-Gi-Oh for the first time. Yu-Gi-Oh GX, not OG Yu-Gi-Oh, but it just has that rock element. You're going to high school, you're gonna be collecting cards and shit. It sounds so sick. Yeah, so that's like the opening, man. Holy crap, that's some powerful fucking shit. Yeah, so we just so the Khaiza has just been like listening to that for the past 2 days, and it's a goddamn like treat, right? But anyway, we are gonna be talking about Kamen Rider Gotchard, the first episode, because you know what, like the first episode came out, so we're gonna be talking about it like kind of like at full length because it is a first episode. So we'll just primarily discuss like a few like spoilers, right? A few spoilers for the show, what it's setting up, right? Because of course we can like review like the whole show. We could just only like gauge what happened in that first episode, you know? So it starts off with like, you know how Kamen Rider Gotchard kind of like sets me for? It's kind of like, it's a very like standard de facto Kamen Rider premiere episode, right? It starts off with like, you know, a dude who's an old man who's fleeing from like a trio of bad ladies, right? The three sisters of fate that they'd be called in the show, and he's carrying like this like thing called the which later dubbed by the main character, the Gotchard driver, right? So he's fleeing. He showcases the different like chemis that will be used throughout like the show, and he gets away from the sisters and asks like two of his like chemi cards, right, which chemis have like souls in, to find a person that they could like resonate with, right? And so they flee. And scene transitions to our main character, right? Hotaru Ichinose, right? And gotta say, my man's a fucking dork. My man is a dork at best, right? He's not like a, you know, a science know-it-all, right? Like some Kamen Riders like in the past, like Sento or any of that shit, right? He is just an average like day-to-day high schooler, a starting high schooler, and his motto is that he wants to find something unique to him, which he dubs gotcha, or as like his mom would put it, like a yatta moment or a celebratory moment that he found something unique to himself, right? Which is, I can see that would be like a later point, you know, in the show, is that if they discover Hotaru Ichinose's like character breakdown, is that he may be trying to find something unique to him, but all of his shit has been like passed down to him, sort of. So that could be like an interesting like character conflict. But anyway, he leaves for school, and he is, you know, not like a brainiac, and he meets up with his sensei, right? Asks him, you know, what is your like your career goals in life, because he wrote down that, like, you know, I didn't put down anything on my career, all I said is my gotcha, but you know, gotcha is not like a good answer, right? And he gets like later teased by his classmate, who is Kudo Rine-san? Yeah, Rine. Kudo Rine. Let me like do like a background check, just to like make sure. Yeah, Rine Kudo. Yeah, I got the name right. That's good. There's so many Japanese names like throughout like history, right? Anime and like, you know, Kamen Rider, that sometimes I forget 2 and 2, you know. But yeah, like Rine Kudo is like a super genius, right? Even if she like slacks off, she gives off like the right answer. She comes off, you know, very blunt, like a bruised character, like a brusque character mannerisms, but she does have like a secret about her, and is that she is a alchemist, right? So every like alchemist in the show like puts on like a ring, says like a chant, and they can somehow, you know, transmute like Full Metal Alchemist type of levels, right? But of course, you know, the budget that they have, because anime is like totally like far different. You could do so much more in anime that you could do with like live action per se, but you get like with what you get, right? CGs all around, you know. Hotaru Ichinose after school follows Rine, but to make her apologize, but Rine opens like a door using like alchemy shit. Hotaru follows, but couldn't like get in through the passage, but hears something like in the far off distance, like someone like crying or like screeching, right? And he finds something, and that's the his partner, right? Or his first Kemi that he finds. Kemi, what was it? Hopper 1. Yeah, Hopper 1, right? It's usually like in the card, but in CG form it just looks like, you know, a jumping like grasshopper, you know, like here and there. It's really funny. I could see this being like, you know, a cute like, you know, statue slash plushie material that would later be sold at like a deluxe website or some shit, or like Amazon, you know? That shit's gonna like sell units. And Hotaru gets dragged away by the other Kemi called Steam, because Hopper 1 and Steam Liner were tasked by that guy who was running away from the Sisters of Fate, that they should find something that could defy like destiny, or, you know, be a miraculous hope, right? And they have found one, and that's Hotaru Ichinose. they take him to the guy that was running away from the sisters and hands him down the Gotchard driver before the Sisters of Fate find him and kill him, right? So how he gets like this powers is kind of really similar to how some of the Reiwa Kamen Riders get their abilities, like Hiden Aruto, for example, in Zero 1, right? He is a comedian, so he doesn't know how to fight in any way, shape, or form whatsoever. But once he puts on like the 01 driver, it's like an AI satellite that at a very fast pace, in the blink of like, you know, a few seconds before fighting the monster of the week, he gets all the information on how to fight, and he is a Kamen Rider. And it's kind of like similar in here. He gets like the gotcha driver and knows how to be like a Kamen Rider, knows like the basic like fundamentals, you know? Kind of like a very like standard like trope now in Reiwa, because before Reiwa, like the Heisei period, you get like a guy who gets like, you know, his belt and has no idea what the hell is like going on, no prior like fight experience, nothing of that sort, right? He just puts on the driver and just throws his dukes, right? It's like something I find very, you know, something annoying is that I don't like new riders like learning the ability to fight, right? I like riders that are introduced in the show. They know that they are a Kamen Rider and they know how to fight, right? Like Wizard, Build, W, who else, right? Drive to an extent, because Drive's like main character, Tomari Shinosuke, right, is a police officer, so he knows how to do hand-to-hand like combat, CQC, right? But he doesn't know how to be like Kamen Rider Drive, but he has, you know, other experience, other beforehand experience of, you know, fighting with people, right? So that's cool. Who else had like prior fight experience, right? Yeah, Geets also recently, right? Last year, Geets was this Chad dude that's been playing all these like Desire Grand Prix for, you know, millennia ago, and just learns how to fight, you know, sort of thing, right? So it's sick. And I kind of like those attributes for a Kamen Rider, rather than just, you know, bumbling, you know, nice guy but doesn't know like how to fight, learns how to fight throughout like the course of the series, you know? Like, it's kind of like, you know, meh. It's kind of like, you know, to me. Not meh, but to me. But anyway, Hotaru gets like the driver, right? And he fights like, you know, one of the sisters via like absorbing one of the chemis like to herself, because when that guy who was holding the gotcha driver like died, it sort of unsealed all of like the chemis, and they become now like malignant spirits, just causing like mayhem wherever they are, you know? Which will set up like the forever, you know, later half of the show, right? Like after episode 1, we're gonna see these bitches all the damn time. So you insert the card. Steam Liner. I do like the pose that he does, right? I do like the pose where he does like the where he waves his hand out, clasps his hands, and then does this. That's like a that's like him becoming like a beginner alchemist. I like that. Gotchard! Gotchard! this is like the first transformation where he becomes like a big like CG model of the, what was it? The best match of a Gotchard like form. You get like this sort of CG model of a combo of a Kemi like duo, and you just like go nuts. He gets like flashes to become like the true Kamen Rider with some like CG like legs. You know, like funky looking. That shit is sick. Steam Hopper! Yeah, it looks really dope. I we already like saw like the design early hand. This design looks fucking sick. I especially love like the scarf. It always gets me that, like, you know, okay, you can have like a Kamen Rider, he'll be like dope as hell, but you know what would be like extra brownie points for like the Khaiza is that if you add like a add like some kind of like cloth, like, you know, a shoulder cape or like, you know, a trench coat or something of like a scarf. That shit is badass to me. And it's like drone shot, which I didn't like see before. It's like, why is this in like lower quality than the like the show sort of thing? Very weird. But then the song, you know, oh, you get to see his gun load up the cards, and it becomes like a card gun. Gotchard Buster! Yeah, but that's really cool. Hotaru Ichinose defeats the Clotho, what was it, Sister of Fate. And then she like retreats, and some like other alchemist comes in, resets the world, kind of like a Men in Black, you know, deneuralizer, makes everybody forget about the whole incident, and, you know, sets up for like episode 2, right? And that's like the episode 1, the first episode of Kamen Rider Gotchard. I gotta say, it's really cool, right? I dig it, I like it. I mean, of course, right? The best like gold standard of like a first episode premiere, like, and I actually put like thought into this before like making like this recording, right? Because I was prepping myself up for today. Probably like the Gotchard first episode, right? Because, you know, Gotchard was new at the time, and its first episode came off as like a banger, right? You have a hint of like this, you know, main character writer, and then he shows up at like the later half of like the episode, and you're introduced to these other characters that are entangled in the Desire Grand Prix, right? And then you sort of see like riders playing out, right? That's like a good introduction of, you know, the overlaying network of what Gotchard will be like later on, right? And then you have Gotchard himself as like this Chad motherfucker that's just, you know, taking heads and like dropping names, you know, sort of thing. So it was a really like good episode, but it set like a really high bar that, like, man, this is like the peak of a first episode of a Kamen Rider, right? Because like back then, right, I don't think we had like a first episode premiere of a Kamen Rider show that was really spectacular and awesome. If there is, let me know like in the comments on this like video, right? On this stream or whatever. But I think, you know, some of like my favorite ones were Zio, right? Zio was a really good one. I liked 01. I like 01. 01 first episode premiere was pretty banger. Oh, X8 was X8 was a good episode because, you know, episode premiere because you just have this like introduction of a bumbling doctor, but puts on like the driver. He has like a dark secret about himself that will get later revealed in the episode, and then you have all these other riders that will come later on like in the show. So that was really sick. X8 had like a good episode premiere. If I go like any further like back in the Heisei shows, it'll probably be just like, you know, unfinished episodes, in the sense that like, okay, you got your first episode, let's say Kamen Rider W, right? Kamen Rider W, a fan favorite show of mine, but it only feels like half, you know? Like you have to see like the first 2 episodes in order to get, you know, the full grasp of this Kamen Rider show, right? And this is how I feel like with Kamen Rider Gotchard is that, you know, Gotchard has like these elements of like a standard Kamen Rider show. Like it's kind of going like back to roots sort of thing, right? Because whatever happened in the first episode will get probably explained in the next episode. Who is Hotaro Ichinose, right? Why does he live with his mom? You know, there's also like some tidbits about Hotaro's past, right? You know, he doesn't have a father, but his father's like, there's like a family portrait of the Ichinose family, and the father is like, you know, locked out by like, you know, a piece of paper. So what's going on? What's the dealio with that, right? So of course it's not going to be explained in episode 2, but maybe like later on, you know? But still though, like, it is a pretty fun first episode engager, right? I really dig it. It sort of like feels a back to roots sort of thing, right? Like first episode has like the introduction of the writer, and then story related stuff will be like explained later on, you know? I get that. I kind of see why some people would not, you know, like that idea, because, you know, Geats set like a really high bar. And of course, you know, it's not really, Gotchard's like episode premiere cannot be like everybody's cup of tea. It's a high school setting, right? It's a, you know, a optimistic, you know, average high school student, right? So the high school setting can be a little bit, you know, tad for wear, right? It can be pretty tedious, you know, but I sort of like dig it. Like it's pretty cool. I like it. I dig it, you know. It's got an amazing opening, but yeah, we're in here for like the fun ride, you know. It feels like a very feel-good, fun time of a Kamen Rider show, and I can't wait for that. I don't know when like the Gotchard like driver will be like available, you know? Because every time I look at Amazon, there's so far just old schlock, right? So I'm waiting for that shit to be released. I'm waiting for that shit to be released, and yeah, it feels like Kamen Rider Gotchard is going to be, you know, just a fun, feel-good time.